pessimistic, low arousal, painful emotions. The quadrant with low arousal, negative emotions and a lack of control is where people experience feelings of helplessness, shame, humiliation, pessimism, and lethargy. When these emotions go outside the healthy range, people feel depressed, and if things get worse, they might experience complete helplessness and eventually give up. In the extreme, these are the worst emotions that people experience. When fight or flight doesn't save us from a threat, this is where the freeze state emerges, but if freezing doesn't work either, this is where our body prepares for the worst, where trauma burns lifelong torture into our memory. At the extreme, these are the emotions that interrogation and torture specialists target. Clearly, you need to treat these emotions with extreme care. Inexperienced professionals who lack emotional intelligence often trigger these emotions by accident. Typical rookie mistakes in this quadrant include accidentally shaming users with thoughtless gamification, facilitating online platforms that are easily infiltrated by cyberbullies who intentionally humiliate other members. Typical developer mistakes come from thoughtless interactive design, mindless error control, and unquality assurance, that leads to platforms which are impossible to use, errors that are impossible to solve, and tasks that are impossible to complete. There are antisocial personalities that intentionally target these emotions. The less intelligent narcissistic sociopaths target these emotions as the sport of trolling, where they do what it takes to humiliate others. But for the smart narcissistic sociopaths, I've always suspect they target emotions using deception strategies, known as dark patterns. You'll find dark patterns across the web, often used to trick people into buying things they don't need, or trapping them into unsatisfying long-term consumer relationships. You'll know you're dealing with a sociopathic company when you try to leave. Just as exiting an abusive relationship is the instigator for domestic violence, exiting a sociopath's company is the point when you'll learn what the word manipulation really means. This is also where shame-based selling happens. Want our 10 Secrets Hacks ebook? Select either, yes, I'm smart, or no, I'm an idiot. My philosophy here is that if you feel moral disgust, an ethical line is probably being crossed. For me, exploitation of these emotions is normally where I feel it. Positive emotional design techniques in this quadrant include techniques like promising people hope for a better future, but only if you help them achieve it. You may promise to help someone get better technology, better services, better strategies, or anything of service. It also includes combining loss aversion with incentives, such as when you make people feel discontent with what they have, while working to excite them about what they want. A similar loss aversion and incentive strategy is often used in health behavior change apps. One strategy in motivational interviewing is the application of clinical guilt, where the app contrasts someone's actual behavior against their ideal self. It's a carrot and stick tactic that makes people feel pressured to avoid shame, and move towards a desired future. There is also pride-based selling, where you promise to raise someone's social standing, which is the ultimate motivator. Standard practice includes promising people they'll be somebody someday, that they'll make it, and I'm sure the value prop of bubbyguilttrip.com is you too can be a mensch. These are the strongest motivators, and our Alt-to-Spark research suggests that when you deliver on your promise, that this is what causes your users to feel grateful and loyal. However, when companies do not deliver the promised results because they're dishonest, these motivators go by the name of raising false hope, bait and switch, or deception. When a source lacks competence, it's not considered manipulation, rather incompetence. Given that these are the most painful emotions people feel, your ethics will determine whether you're able to manage these emotions in a way that leads users to feel lifelong loyalty, moral disgust, or may